story of the week already, but uh, I was often we're introducing Sanskrit words here, but I was introducing the Yiddish word kabel, which means like, last week, Sunday I said I was bragging, which is basically what quelling is. You're sort of bragging, but something like you're proud of, that you're, like you're just gushing over something you're proud of. So I was at West Point with my oldest son, who was there for the weekend, and he is on the military skills team, the Sandhurst team, and they had this huge competition once a year. 48 teams come. It's like 500 people come to compete from all over the world, Korea and Japan and Italy, Netherlands. Kosovo was there, and all sorts of places. They all come to compete, and this is his happy place. Like these are his people, and when you meet the other parents, you're like, oh yeah, these are his people. You talk about your kids, and these are his people. So it was great to be able to be there and support him. But the competition it's like 48 hours of just insanity. There's the usual military things, sharpshooting and grenade throwing, and and everything's measured, and then there's like the fitness lane where I literally watched my kid 30 minutes press 40-pound kettlebells over his head, just like 40 minutes, nonstop for 30 minutes, just like this, 40 pounds in each hand. Like, how is your arm not falling off of your body right now? Like, how is that even possible? And then in between each of the these lanes, they call them the lanes, in between each, they have to run with their full gear, carrying their weapons, helmets on, 40, 50, 60 pounds on their back, whatever they're carrying, and they have to run to the next one, and it's all for time, and it's all a race. And so by the end of the first day, they've done 10 miles of rucking, and they've done these 8 lanes, and then they get an hour off, and then they got to go do an 8-mile ruck out to where they spend the night, and then they finish with this obstacle course thing on Saturday morning. Well, it's supposed to be Saturday morning, but it's the Army, so of course it ends up being Saturday afternoon, and you're just sitting there waiting all day. But that's okay. And what's that? I know everybody says that. It's so funny. People who are not in the military are like, military shouldn't be like, and I know the joke in the Army is hurry up and wait for everything, always. Like, you have to just, I bring my book, I bring food, because you're just like, they were supposed to come through at like 12, and I think they came through at 3:30, so yeah. But in this last lane that they were in, they're in their gas mask. It's been 48 hours of just pushing themselves mentally, physically, at every level. And they're in gas masks. They're carrying 240 pounds across, running with, carrying this weight on them. And they get to where they're supposed to be, where they have to like wait for the next thing to happen. It doesn't matter. But I was standing next to someone who had graduated from West Point last year, but he came back to watch the competition and support his friends because he had a break from what he was doing. And he's standing next to me, and they kind of land into this one place, and they can finally put down their bazillions of pounds that they're carrying, and they're still in their gas mask. And he's going, slow your breath, focus your mind, and he's going, calm your nervous system, slow your heart rate, so deep breaths. And I was like, oh my God, that's what I want to be there yelling. I want to be there standing and yelling this. And if I was doing it, he'd be like, I'd be in so much trouble. I just stand there and shut up. I don't say a word, or else I get in trouble. Yeah. But I'm like standing there listening to this guy, going like, slow your breath, calm your mind. I was like, oh, I'm doing it. I'll find it anywhere. So it always, when I'm at these, whenever I'm training for something, or at these competition, some sort of competition level, there's this idea in yoga of tapas, the word in Sanskrit. Now you get the Sanskrit word tapas. Which is a word that's mentioned in one of the Yoga Sutras, which is one of our foundational texts, multiple times. And it means discipline, and it means like get to your mat every day, or whatever it is that you're working on, my husband always jokes, I can turn anything into yoga. And really, yes, because when you're living your life according to yogic principles, it's all yoga, whether it's your job or a military competition or poses on your mat, it can all be yoga when you are focused, when you are mindful, when you are aware. And so, the tapas on the mat is the practice of, when you're doing your poses, you're doing your practice, it's the practice of practicing being present, being mindful, slowing your breath, slowing your heart rate, paying attention. And even when we're doing like challenging things, this class is a challenging class usually, like when you're in the harder poses. Are you checked out? Are you trying to distract yourself? Are you dissociating? That's a coping mechanism when things are hard. We can do that, but Yoga says, no, don't do that. Just be there, because it's all of it, all the feelings, all the sensations, all the emotions, all the everything that happens in your body is all just flowing from that one source. And so it can all be a gateway into, the highest level of consciousness. And again, that can be brought to whatever you're doing. So I'll invite you in your practice today. We'll do some fun shapes we'll try today. But to be practicing really self-awareness as you do it, as we always do, but maybe just, today maybe a little bit more of, what I find for me, my mind often wants to quit before my body does. My mind's like, ooh, this is not fun. Get out of here, but your body is like, well, no, I can hang on a little longer, so work that edge, play that edge in your practice today. Not for the sake of making life difficult. Life is difficult enough. We don't need to make it difficult on our yoga mat. But what we can practice is when something difficult is happening, what am I doing with that? How am I being with that? How am I, engaging with what's difficult in my life? All right, that's enough for now. Close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. The other aspect of tapas is service. Now, can you give it over to something bigger? So even though you're here and you're doing something for yourself, the best things we can do for ourselves is, and for the world, is self-care. So when you make that connection to something bigger, however you do that, whatever you call that, the energy, presence, divine, consciousness, we have all these words that we use. However it is that you plug yourself into that, when you make your practice a collaboration, an offering to whatever that is, however you experience that. Soldier, the training is to serve and protect. To the yogi, it's to serve in a way that you can offer your particular unique gifts out into the world. So as you work on your mat, strengthen those gifts that you have been blessed with, endowed with. Body. Bring your hands together at your heart. Let's chant together. Take a deep breath. Bow your head to your heart. And as you're ready, your eyes. All right. Let's start in tabletop. All right, so as you come into your tabletop, just start a few cat and cow rounds. Much better. One more round of breath. And then come to neutral and twist open to the right, lift your right arm up. And then as you exhale, reach under, don't land yet, just dynamic twist. Push into your left hand, reach across, and inhale, open up, twist open right. Exhale, reach under, twist left. One more time, inhale, twist open. Exhale, reach under, this time land onto your shoulder, side of your head, come up on your left fingertips. Press your head and your shoulder down into the mat, and also think about keeping a little space between your chin and your chest, so don't collapse your chin down towards your chest. Imagine you've got you're like holding a tennis ball there. Then kick your left leg out to the left on the diagonal, and you can have the inner edge of your foot down, or you can be on your toes, either way. And then you can walk your left arm, your left hand a little more overhead, roll towards the back of your head a little bit. If your arm reaches, you can use that. You can prop your left leg with your right hand, push your thigh bone up so there's still a length in the left side of your body. Then land into your left hand, press it down. Keep your leg where it is. Come back up to tabletop in your hands. And then pulse up and down a few times here. Cat and cow with the leg out to the side. Now come up and arch, look up, and then exhale and sit back, hips towards your right. Then inhale up and arch, and exhale down. One more time. Good, and then land that left knee back down. And second side, inhale, left arm open, twist open, lift up. Exhale, reach under. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, reach without touching yet. Reach, 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 reach. Inhale, twist open. Get some movement through the middle upper back, thoracic spine. Then twist, land the arm underneath. Wrong side. Good, then come up on your right fingertips. Again, space between chin and chest. Press your head and your shoulder down into the mat. Kick your right leg to the right. Yeah, stay here or walk your right arm, right hand up overhead. Again, keep space between chin and chest so that there's still a little bit of a curve in the back of the neck, even though we're keeping a curve in the spine, even as the muscles along the spine are stretching in the upper back and neck. Press your right hand, come back up to tabletop. And then pulse up and down a few times. As you exhale, sit back. As you inhale, arch and lift up. Good. Exhale, back. Hips back to your left heel. Inhale, come forward and arch. Exhale, back one more time. Good. Drop the knee back down as you come back up, back to tabletop. Good. Then drop down to your elbows. And as you're doing that, make sure that you're not shortening your side body. So don't bring your elbows closer to your knees. Have elbows under shoulders, knees under hips. Okay, good. Then lift your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee. Don't take it out to the side yet. So keep your toes, your knee pointing straight down, your toes pointing straight up. So your inner thigh is rotating up. Good. Then take it into a little bit of a back bend. You're going to touch your toes towards the back of your head towards your toes. Good. As you exhale, hover the knee next to the left knee, and then inhale, pulse it up to the right.
And then as you exhale, bring it back in and round through your spine, knee to nose. Then inhale, send the leg up behind, arch your back. Toes to head, head to toes. Good. Exhale, knees close together. Inhale, sweep it out to the side. Exhale, bring it back to center, knee to nose. One more time, inhale, lift it up. Head to knee, toes rather. Then back to the center. Inhale and squeeze it out to the side. Exhale, knee to nose. Good, drop that knee back down. Sit back into child's pose for a moment, take a breath. Tapas used to be austerity practices, standing on one leg for hours or walking across hot coals, but that is that disconnect from the body. And as we said, things can be challenging enough. We don't need to put ourselves into those positions, into those austerity practices, but we can use the difficulties, the challenges in our practice. The pose is too hard, the pose is too easy, my mind is wandering, it's too hot, it's too cold, right? Whatever it is, any of those things can be an invitation into the practice of tapas. All right, come back up to your table on your elbows. Send your left leg up behind you. Again, knee point straight down, toes point up, lift your head. Exhale, knees towards each other. Inhale, sweep the knee straight out to the side. And then exhale, knee to center and up to your nose. Inhale, send it up behind you. Good, exhale. Lower knee, hover it. Inhale, out to the side, fire hydrant. Exhale, knee to center, and then forward to the nose. One more time, inhale, toes to head. Exhale, knees close together. Inhale, fire hydrant, squeeze it to the side. Exhale, back to center, knee to nose, round your spine. Good, clamp that knee back down. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedal out your feet, take a moment for your dog warm-ups. Use this practice today. We're going to focus a little bit on the awareness of hugging in towards the midline of the body. So straighten your legs for a moment now. Stretch your hips up high, heels down low, and then squeeze your arms and your legs in towards each other, as if you could sweep your thumbs and your big toes in towards each other. And then from the midline at the same time, expand out. So the midline is that line that separates your body into right and left sides. So you're both pulling into it and expanding away from it at the same time. So there's this sense of dynamic tension within the body, dynamic strength, pulsation. Take one more breath where you are. Walk yourself forward, Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine and come on all the way up. Reach up. Good, clasp your right wrist, lean left. Inhale back up, switch sides, clasp left wrist, lean right. Good, inhale back up, bend your elbows into cactus arms, and then just stabilize from the ribs down, stabilize your body. Squeeze in towards the midline with the legs, wrap the front ribs back towards the back ribs, and then squeeze your elbows back behind you, trying to not let the ribs pop forward. Take your head back a little. Good, then exhale and squeeze your elbows together in front of you. You can let your head release down a little, stretch the back of the neck. Inhale, pulse the elbows open, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, elbows together. Good. Inhale one more time. And exhale, squeeze together. Good, stretch your arms up. Exhale, fold over. Uttanasana. Find your way back to downward facing dog, however you like to get there. If you want to come through vinyasa here, it's an opportunity to play chaturanga. Back bend, back to dog. Okay, we're going to step up into warrior two with the right foot. Right foot forward, left heel down.
Take the moment to build your pose from the bottom up. Plant your feet, bend deep into the left knee. Pull the heel to the sit bone so the hamstring gets involved. Stretch your arms out nicely. That's it. Then just see if you can make that connection of the legs squeezing in towards each other, so in towards the center. The arms, the shoulder blades pulling in so that you feel the head of the arm bones seat into the shoulder socket. And then from that middle line, expand out at the same time. Dynamic tension. Sweep your hands behind your back. Lace your fingers. Stretch your arms back behind you. Lift and broaden through your collarbones. Then exhale, fold forward. Head towards the big toe. Arms towards the sky. Squeeze the heels of your hands in closer if that's available to you. Bring the bottom tips of the shoulder blades in a little bit closer. And let your head and your heart sink a little deeper. Good. Then to warrior dog. So keep your torso where it is. Just release your hands to the floor on a bit of a diagonal. That's it. Keep pressing your right knee over to the right. So it's pointing straight ahead. So to get it to point straight ahead, it usually feels like we got to press it out to the right a little bit. The weight in the feet, but walk your hands out a little bit more. From here, we're going to go to Parsvakonasana. So you can walk your hands, right hand outside the right foot, or you can hop your right forearm up onto your right thigh if that's a better position for you. We want the spine to be long. Sweep your left arm over your ear. Turn your belly from right to left. Good. Now straighten out your front leg. If your elbow's on the thigh, just drop your hand to your angle triangle pose. And then we're just going to pulse back and forth a couple of times. Exhale, bend the knee, sweep your arm over your ear. Inhale, straighten the front leg, sweep the top arm to the sky. Do one more. Bend. Sweep your arm over your ear. Good. Inhale, open up to Trikonasana. Hold for a breath. And then we're going to step into Ardha Chandrasana, so step forward into your right foot. Take your right hand out in front of you. Float up your left leg. Stack hips and shoulders. Of course, your bottom hand can be on a block here if you need to. Yeah, makes it a little easier. Then either stay here or bend up your back knee and catch your back foot behind you, spreading out your toes. And then, if you've got your balance, kick your foot back behind you into a floating back bend. Keep that sense of midline by squeezing your top leg down and then kick back a little more. Lovely, you guys. Okay, big step back to the back of the mat. Pivot your feet to parallel. Go as wide as is reasonable for your legs to go. Parallel your feet and then fold to center. Head towards the floor, maybe on the floor. Legs straight and strong. And then sweep your hands behind your back, lace your fingers together again here. Reach your arms up overhead. Extend up to your arms, extend your head. Even if your head is not on the floor, extend your head as if it could touch the floor. Yes, neck nice and long. Lovely. Exhale, release your hands. Walk back to the front of your mat. And step back into downward facing. All right, hold here. If you need a rest, always take a rest. Come through vinyasa if you wish. Left foot between your hands, spin down your right. Warrior two. And deep into the front knee, squeeze your heel towards your belly. One of the things that I admire most about watching this crew and just knowing the background, listening to my son talk about the training, is how they're so smart about it. You know, it's not just go, 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 and force. There's like a progression. You know, sweep your hands behind your back, lace your fingers. Stretch your arms straight back, and then fold forward. Arms towards the side, head towards the floor. So we can do the same here, you know. It's not always better to go into the deeper form of the pose or the most dramatic form of the pose. Sometimes the thing to do is to just be where you are, hold and breathe. Let the unfolding happen with patience. Release your hands into warrior dog.
It's a hard thing to do, but it's the smarter way to do it. The recovery is better. Body appreciates it more, and instead of the body then becoming the distraction, it becomes this vehicle for transformation. Let's walk to Parsvakonasana. So forearm to the thigh or hand outside the foot. You can always put your hand on the block. Left arm over your, right arm over your ear, reaching towards the front. So this one first, Nina. Yeah, it's okay. And then straighten out the front leg. Triangle pose, straighten it out. Yep. And then rebend and sweep your arm over your ear. And then inhale, open up. And one more time. Good. And hold in triangle for a breath or two. Got it. And then shift forward. Now we'll come to Ardha Chandrasana. So step into your left foot. Left hand out in front. Stretch out long through that lifted leg. Stack right and left, right shoulder and hip over left shoulder and hip. Stay there or kick your foot to your hand for the back bend. Midline connection here is squeezing down with that top leg. Squeezing in with the bottom leg and then kick your foot into your hand and see if you can make all those things happen at once. Or just ignore me. Hang on and breathe. Good. Big step back. Parallel your feet. Prasarita Padottanasana. Go as wide as you can. For this one, if you can reach, hold your ankles. And then lengthen your spine. Stretch your legs long, stretch your spine really long. Then bend your elbows up. Squeeze your outer shoulder blades in and work your the crown of your head towards the mat. Whether it touches or not doesn't matter. But engage the muscles in the upper back in towards the midline. Yeah, that's it. Very good. One more breath here. Release your hands. Just take a moment for rest, recovery. Calm your breath. Slow your nervous system. Steady your heart rate. All the things. Walk forward and step back into dog pose. Good. Hold here or flow through as you wish. All right. Drop down into tabletop. Grab your two blocks. So easier version of this is like this. More challenging is like this. Up to you. I'll show you what we're doing, and then you can decide. So it's just it's a core strengthener. It's not knee to nose. It's knee straight up and down. So we're going to pull a knee up into the belly, but I'm going to keep my head forward. So instead of coming here, I'm really isolating into the belly, and then I'm going to let the knee tap down, and then I'm going to squeeze it back up. Then I'm going to tap down, I'm going to squeeze it back up. I'm squeezing my legs and my arms in towards the midline, trying to keep my head lifted as I do all that. Okay, so we're just isolating. It's not like it's wrong to let your head drop down. It's just it's an isolating movement for that transverse abdominis if you're keeping your head up a little bit. Okay, plank. So again, higher is more challenging, lower slightly easier, still hard. Bring your right knee into your chest. Make your left leg really strong. Yeah, that's good, Cynthia. Okay, then pull up towards the belly. Look forward. Ground, ground, ground. And then let the knee dip down. Keep looking forward. Exhale. Keep looking up. Ground. Lift up, 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 up. And then let it dip down. Couple more. And try for 5. Lift and tap down. Good. Squeeze in. Keep your head up. I'm talking to myself. Last one. Is that 5? I think that's 5. You have one more to do one more. Okay, and then rest for a second. You can come onto your elbows and just breathe. And I forgot to say, they won. The team won. I know. Very excited. And that means that I get to now speak to my son for the next few weeks, because if they lost, he would have been unspeakable too. So, so I'm just glad that now I can happy. Okay, back to play. Okay. Get steady here. Push into the blocks. Pull your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Then left knee to chest. Head up. Dip down. Squeeze and then up. And then dip down. Squeeze in and up. Arms together, legs together, pelvic floor, belly in and up. Lower down. Last two. Go. Squeeze. And drop. Last one. Okay, good. Drop the knees. Okay, sit back. Rest in child's pose for a breath. You can rest head on hands or head on the floor. Of course. And that's why they're there. Absolutely close it. Yep. Yeah, the sun's a little intense. And I can put the fans on. You want fans on? Yes. Yes, please. Okay. Come on back up. Grab your blocks again. We're going to do one more thing. Okay, so this one, same thing, slightly more challenging, blocks higher, slightly easier, blocks lower. It's just a pulse and a shoulder opener. So we're going to sit back, we're going to go from child's pose, and the work here is to keep the armpits lifted. So instead of letting your elbows and your shoulders sag down, keep your armpits lifted. So when the blocks are higher, you're getting a more opening underneath in the lats and in the shoulders. And then you're going to come up and come towards a cobra, but not cobra. I don't want you to be in a back bend. I want you to get your chest and your chin towards the floor, elbows up, so it's a big shoulder stretch. Yep, and then pulse back. Armpits stay lifting up. Press your hands down into the blocks and resist your armpits towards the sky. Elbows up. Good, then come forward and let your chest sink down. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do that. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Go on up. And sit back, thinking about how I don't think there's a way now. If you want to just lay on your belly, and if you want more of a shoulder stretch, just do this one. Oh. You know, just so you get more of a shoulder stretch, don't do the pulse thing. Okay. Cynthia has a wrist injury, so finger injury. All right, do one more. So just, yeah, then at least you get the chest stretch. Yeah. All right, last one. Hold at the bottom for a moment. See if you can get your chest and your forehead to the floor, but keep squeezing your elbows up and in towards each other behind you. Okay, and then slide your blocks out to the side. Slide your elbows under your shoulders, come into Sphinx. Okay. Sphinx roll-ups here. So legs strong, squeeze them in towards each other, make like one giant mermaid leg behind you. And then press your elbows and slowly roll up. Hips stay low, belly lifts. Slowly roll back down. Abdominals are the brakes as you're lowering down. Then exhale, slowly roll. This time you are letting your head come down. Look towards your belly. Then inhale, roll back down. Just a few more like that. Roll up slow. Round up a little bit. That's it. Inhale. Come back down. Try to round more in the middle and lower back than in the upper back. The upper back is already rounded, so try to bring that rounding into the middle and lower back. Yeah, do one more. Last one. Okay, rest for a moment. Split your elbows. Rest your head. Take a breath. You take this into another thigh stretch. If you're more comfortable keeping your head down and catching, so head will be on the left hand. We're going to take the right hand to the right foot, or you can come up onto your left elbow. Obviously, that's a little bit more of a back bend. So just mind your back and all your parts and have your arm where you need it to be. Okay, bend up your right leg. Catch your right foot with your right hand. If you can spin that hand on top of your foot, and give yourself a little more leverage to push down. Yeah, the elbow goes up and the foot goes down. Press your toes back into your hand and hug your heel down towards your hip. Okay, bring your right thigh back to the floor if it lifted. Keep holding, but bring the thigh back to the floor. Yes. Okay, now do a little bit of that Sphinx action. Roll up, look to your belly. Pull your front ribs back, tone your belly a lot, get the top psoas, top attachment of the psoas involved. Okay, and let that go. Yeah, side side. And up the left foot. Again, if you can get your hand on top of your foot, so you can do it like this, make like a little shelf. If it's easier, you could bring it like this. Just get the heel of your hand at the base of the toes, but I want your toes sort of pulling back a little bit so that the muscles in the lower leg stay a little active. So pull your toes back. Yeah. Then bring your thigh to the floor. Just like that, actually. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Yep. Got it. I know. This is the hardest one, right? Literally, I tell this story all the time. Like, my teacher had to 2 years, like, put my hand in the right place before I could get it. Okay, tone your belly if you're not there already. Do a little swings. Roll up, look towards your belly. Hug your heel down. Okay, let it go. Oh, that's one of those weird arm positions where you're like, I don't know what's happening back there. Okay. Come up to tabletop, just watch me for a minute. We're going to do a long sequence, but it's going to end in this sort of funky pose, and I want you to see it, because when I say it, you're going to be like, wait, what do you want me to do? So this is going to be the pose. I think better to give you this view. Okay, so this is going to be the pose when we get there. We're going to be an arm underneath the leg, and then your hand can either be on the floor or holding your ankle. This knee is going to prop onto that elbow. And then maybe you're going to keep your hand on the floor because that's a lot. Maybe you're going to take this hand behind your back and try to balance, which I'm not doing very well. Right? So knee on elbow. And then maybe you're going to catch your foot for that thigh stretch behind. As you can see, I'm wobbling all over, so I'm not doing a great demonstration. But when we get there, now you know what it looks like, and we'll go through it slower, yeah? Okay, start in dog pose. Down, face down. Just take a breath. Settle your breath. Settle your heart rate. Do the preparation. Do the practice. Be here. Swing your right leg to the sky. Dog split. Exhale, knee to nose. Use that lift that we did in that plank thing we were doing. So lift, 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 and then step your foot in between your hands. Good. Walk your hands inside your foot. Take your right hand behind your calf muscle. Push it forward so you can really work your shoulder underneath your right leg. Then airplane arms out to the side. Stretch your right arm out to the right. If you've got your balance, stretch your left arm out to the left. That's it. Lift your right shoulder up into your right thigh, but squeeze your right thigh into your shoulder at the same time. Good. Take one more breath here. Exhale, unravel yourself. Step up into standing split. Stretch your lifted leg up high. Really work a nice hamstring stretch here. So get both legs as straight as you can. Extend from your pelvis down to your bottom leg, up to your top toes. One more breath. Okay, step back into lunge. Here's the funky pose. Right arm underneath the right leg. Your right hand can stay on the floor here, or you can hold your right ankle. Then you're going to step in with your left foot and try to perch your left knee onto your right elbow. And you can keep your left hand on the floor, or you can try to hover it behind your back or catch your foot for the thigh stretch. Squeeze to the midline. That's what helps the balance. Squeeze to the midline. Yes, you guys. Nice. Yep. All right. And then when you've had your fun with that shape, step back. All right, so out the shoulder. Downward facing dog. Good. Hold. Breathe. Flow. Whatever you like. So not shapes for the sake of shapes, but shapes for the sake of, hey, let's challenge ourselves and let's see where our minds go when we do that, and let's see what we can do with that on the mat while we're in here, when we can do it more easily, so that when the world throws that stuff at us when we're out there, it's easier because we know what to do. Left leg up, dog split. Good. Work a good hamstring stretch here. And then knee to nose, round up so that you step quietly between your hands. Get that lift from the belly. Yeah, good. Left hand inside. Push the calf muscle forward. Snuggle your shoulders deeply underneath as you can, and stretch your left arm out to the left, right arm to the right. Lift your shoulder up into your thigh. Squeeze your thigh into your shoulder. Stretch your arms out long. Good. Release your hands. Step forward into standing split. Again, extend from your pelvis down into your left foot, up to your right foot, down through your spine. Make it a good hamstring opener here. Okay, good. Bend the knees, step back into lunge again. Work your left arm underneath your left leg again. Left hand on the floor outside the foot or holding your left ankle. Step in, right knee to left elbow. Squeeze in. Right hand can stay on the floor, or it can go behind the back, or it can try to catch your foot. Hold, breathe. Nice. Stretch it back. Downward facing dog. Nice, you guys. All right, good. Hold, flow, breathe. All right. We're going to step up into a low lunge now. So right foot forward between the hands, left knee on the mat. Yeah, and then we're going to come into half Hanuman, or if you want to go into a fuller version of Hanuman, you can come into a deeper split if you're feeling like you want to go there. The hamstrings feel short, the hands on blocks is helpful. Good. Push out through evenly through the base of the toes. If your right hip has hiked up, draw it down. Draw your sit bone towards your heel. And then fold over your leg, breathing all the way to the bottom of the breath, so that that last exhale is toning the belly, pulling it back, and then you're getting the deeper forward bend we're looking for here. Good. Shift your weight forward, bend your front knee. Squeeze your legs to the midline. Hook your thumbs so the arms are hugging to the midline. Stretch your arms up. If that bothers your shoulders, of course, just separate your hands. Stretch up through your arms and down through your legs. Good. Stabilize your midsection. Pull your shoulders back. Pull your right heel to your right sit bone. Sit deeper into your lunge. So, and then just become the picture of tapas, of breathing through, of staying steady, settling your heart and your breath, even as the sensations in the body build. Good. Exhale, hands over to the left for lizard. So heel toe the right foot out a little bit. And turn the toes on a little bit of a diagonal. And then drop to your elbows. Yeah, elbows can go onto blocks. If there's another variation of this pose you like, go for it. See if you can maintain the sensation, even here, of squeezing towards the legs towards each other. And at the same time, expanding. So it's like the lower leg squeeze in, but the pelvis widens out. That's how we get really good stretch and opening into the hip joint. Legs squeeze in, pelvis widens out. Tailbone drops down. All right, keep your left elbow wherever it is. Take your right hand to the right knee. That's it. Twist open to the right. Move your right shoulder over your left shoulder. Stay there or stretch your arm up. Stay there or kick your foot to your hand. Take a bigger back bend here. Using your foot to open up through the shoulder. Wherever you are, do it with presence. Do it with awareness. Do it with dedication. Love for yourself. Your gifts. What you have to offer, whatever it is in this moment. But release that foot. And switch your feet. Left foot forward. Right knee down. Hamstring stretch first. Slide your left heel out in front of you up on your toes. That's it. And if you want to go deeper into the split, go for it. Totally fine. Should be pretty warm by now. So. Press out evenly through your foot. And again, if you felt the left hip hike up, or maybe you didn't feel it, but now you're aware of it because I said it, drop the outer hip down. Send your left sit bone towards your left heel. And breathe all the way to the bottom of the breath so that the navel lifts up towards the spine. Transverse abdominis and the intercostal muscles in the front of the body lift up so that the back of the body. And hold and breathe. Patience. Dedication, have that vision, the vision of what it is you want, whatever it is, winning the competition or running the race or getting the job, whatever it is. Dedicate ourselves to it fully, passion, all of our awareness. Okay, shift forward. Lizard. Hands over to the right. You can turn the left toes out. Really, we do that because we want the kneecap pointing at the second toe. So if your knee stays like that, as you come down to your elbows, that's fine. What tends to happen is the knee drops in. So if you turn the toes out, it keeps the knee pointing so that we're not torquing into the knee. So if you take the toes on that little bit of diagonal. What? We didn't do that? Thank you. Sorry, we'll do that next. Yep, I forgot something. Thank you. Yep, please remind me so we're not lopsided. We'll be here for a moment. Actually, that'll be interesting. We'll do the back bend lunge after the thigh stretch. Maybe it'll be easier then. Just justifying here. Okay, keep your right elbow down. Left hand to the left leg. Or up to the sky. Or kick your foot to your hand behind you. Right foot, left hand. And come to a deeper back bend. And curl your head and your shoulders back. Open through your heart. Make your pose a dedication, an offering to yourself, something bigger than yourself. Good. Release that foot down. Okay, come on upright. Now we'll take the lunge. Hook your thumbs the other way. Squeeze your arms in towards each other. Squeeze your legs in. Come on up. That's it. Keep the belly toned, but move the shoulders back. Pull the left heel to the left sit bone. I don't know, easier after the thigh stretch. Still a lot of sensations happening in my body. All right, exhale and release. Step back to dog. If you need a vinyasa, come through a vinyasa. Okay, we're going to go into a bound sequence now. So if you need a strap for binding, now might be a good time to find a strap, grab a strap. We're going to go right foot forward into warrior two legs. And then we're going to come to Baddha Parshvanasana. So right arm's going to come underneath. If you're using a strap, your strap's in your left hand. You're wrapping your right arm around your right thigh, reaching up and back for your left hand behind you. You want straps with you? Would be easier with a strap, or you can't hold it. You got it. You're fine. You got a finger. Got a finger. Good. Squeeze the leg and the arm together. Yeah. That's it. Good. Tina. Kim. Yes. Nice. Good. Okay. Lean your torso back. Lean. Take your left shoulder back even a little more. Okay. Now push into your right foot. Straighten out your right leg. You might need to choke up on your thigh a little bit. And slide your arms up your thigh a little. So we're in bound Trikonasana now. Triangle pose. Bound triangle. Spine still lengthening. Okay, now pivot on your right foot. Parallel your feet. Bound half bound, bound half, whatever. You can stay here, or you can come to Svardha which is Bird Paradise. If you want to do that, step your right foot to center, nope, left foot to center. Squeeze your right arm and your right leg together. Come on upright. And maybe send that leg up and out. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Go more around the back of your leg, not between your legs. So go around your hip more. Yeah, like that. Good. Okay, and then you try to come out the way you can. Yeah, there you go. And then you can hold it easier. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Fold to press or Padasana. Just take a breath here. Head to the floor, elbows to the floor, whatever reaches the floor. Hands to the floor. Let your head and neck. All right. Step back into dog. Okay. Second side. Left foot forward. So it's like a warrior two stance. And I like a little slightly shorter than a warrior two stance. I think makes it a smidge easier. The hips can come up higher, which makes it easier to get your arm underneath. So left arm under, inside of the knee. So go inside, that's it. And then wrap it, turn the arm around, wrap it up behind your back. And either hand yourself a strap with your right hand or bind. That's it. Good. And then once you've got something, squeeze the leg and the arm together. And then roll your right shoulder back. Lengthen your spine. Yes. Take your breastbone forward a little more.
And then try to keep that, straighten your left leg, and left leg, and you mount towards Trikonasana or into Trikonasana. Yep. Stay around the leg, not between your legs. Good. Pivot on the foot, fold, half, bound, Prasarita Padottanasana. Maybe this is a lot, enough, and this is your edge of where you need to expand today, so just stay there. Or step your right leg to center. Squeeze to the midline. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Come on up. Or don't. And then leg to the side. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, so you're good. Okay, and then slow release back down. Fold back to Prasarita Padottanasana. Take a couple of deep, steady breaths. So we can soothe in the pose, we can soothe after the pose. All right, walk back to dog. Okay. Here's our next funky shape of the day. Watch. All right, here we go, guys. This is what happens when I have time sitting in a military competition to scroll Instagram because I don't usually have time. Oh yeah, that looks fun. I'm gonna try that. Oh, that looks fun. I'm gonna try that. Okay, so here it is. This is the next one. Hang on, I gotta think about it for a second. Okay, so we're going under again. And then this elbow is gonna go down. I'm gonna bend up this knee and hold my foot or my ankle. So you might do that before you drop the elbow. It might be easier to get the foot here. So I just kind of swing it to the side and then squeeze it in. Okay. Then this elbow comes down and I'm on a little bit of a diagonal. That might be enough. This is a lot. Maybe you're gonna squeeze the leg out to the side and try not to fall. I don't even know what to call this thing, but something. We're gonna try it. That's the pose. So right foot forward, left knee down. You know what I always say, right? We go on stages. Get off the bus at yourself. Just get off the bus at yourself. Okay, go right foot forward. Left knee down. So a shorter lunge. Don't go into like a big Anjaneyasana lunge. So if you had a shorter lunge, that's going to make things easier for you. So like right angles. Okay, right arm underneath the right leg. Then bend up your left knee. Catch your left foot. And if that doesn't work for you, just be here. Right? And maybe you're just doing it without holding your ankle. That's fine too. Okay, if you can hold your ankle, hold your ankle. Then drop your left elbow. Inside the leg. Inside. Same way we've done it all along. Yep. Then lean a little bit to the left, squeeze in. So here's where that midline work is really going to help. Squeeze in, and then extend the leg out to the side. Or don't. Yes. Nice, you guys. Okay. All right. Back to tabletop. So there's a lot on the knee, and you're right on your knee. Yeah, you can put padding under there if you need it. They were calling it extended lizard. Okay, sure. Let's just make up your moves. Why not? Okay, let's do the other side. Left. So short stance. Short stance. Left arm underneath the left leg. Yes. Bend up the right knee. Reach for the right foot. So again, swing it over to the left a little to find it. So here's where all the core work comes in, right? Round up through your belly. Here's your thigh stretch. Here's squeeze to the midline. Drop your right elbow, maybe on a little bit of a diagonal. Squeeze to the midline. Shift your weight to your right knee. Maybe extend the left leg out to the left. Yes. Thanks, you guys.
Catching that.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there you go. I know, it's a balancing thing. Okay, drop that foot down. The arm on the diagonal helps a little bit. The arm on the diagonal. Okay. Okay, let's go to the wall and do some things at the wall. All right, that was the last crazy. Baby. Bring your blocks with you. Bring your blocks with you for this. You can come up here. Yeah, let's make room for Mina. Try not to go on the plexiglass because we don't have to be in so tight. Yeah, it's okay. Go right next to me, right there. It's okay. Okay. Okay, here's the first thing, which is just one last little core lift thing we're going to do. It's a press practice. Can I just sit on here for a second? So we need to use the blocks in here because we have the radiator to deal with, so the blocks is going to make it easier. If you're at home and you don't have a radiator, you don't have to use blocks, although it probably makes it easier for everybody. Feet are going into the wall. The idea is to have your hands a little bit forward, so that as you're going to push into the wall and as you lift up, we're not coming here, right? It's not a long spine, it's a rounded position, so the blocks are forward, you're extending out through your legs, and then the hips are going back, the legs are going forward, and you're rounding up through your spine. And you're just holding. And you can lift and lower a couple times, or you can just hold. Or you can do whatever you want. You're all grown-ups. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, sit, face the wall. Have your blocks next to you, but not behind you. So next to you. It's just, this is a press practice. Yeah, feet on the wall. Legs straight. Yep. And so on this side, you might want the high blocks because, we got the high radiator. Yeah. And then push down, slide your butt back, and round your belly. So as you're pushing into your hands, you might scoop them up. Get your heels into the wall. Blocks forward, spine back. Blocks forward, spine back. Yes, it's a rounded. Round back. Yes, that's it. Yes.
I feel like every time hamstring attachment.
Oh, you're pulling your hamstring attachments? All right, so keep your knees a little bent. I mean, it's not where I'm supposed to be. Well, no, I mean, it's a core engagement, but your legs are straight. So, but yeah, you don't want to pull at the attachment. No, that's not good. You need to bend knees. That's what you do. Okay, now you're going to use that to work on your Shirshasana headstand tucks. So if you're balancing, you're here, but it's that same action of rounding back, squeezing your knees in to come up, and then unfold, and then maybe to come back down. That's the harder one. Ease in, and I'll show you how to do this if your head is not comfortable. But you're trying to squeeze in, hover, 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 hover. So all that midline, core, all the stuff. This is how we've been working it in here. I would do this with blocks at the wall. Thanks. So we've been working it this way also. This is the tripod version, but it's shoulders on the blocks, and then the head is not on anything. Well, it depends on how tall you are, but for most of us, the head won't be on anything. Yeah, I'm just going to do your math for a second. So the shoulders go onto the blocks, and you press down, and then you can just work on the tucking up and down, right? So you're taking the head isn't on the floor, and there's no chance of torquing the neck at all. If you have a shoulder thing, that might not work for you to have your shoulders on the blocks. But if you don't have a shoulder thing, keeps the neck a little more neutral as you're working that up and down action. So, all right, try something. So for this one, let me show here so that it's a clearer picture. Your hands, so this is for tripod. So Shirshasana 2. So you're in a right angle. And you don't want your elbows slaying out to the sides. Elbows are squeezing in. My shoulders are pressing down into the block. So I'm not just collapsing here. I'm pressing down, right? So that then the weight is on the top of the shoulders, but I'm not just dumping my weight down. Makes sense. That's it. Good. So try something. Try one of those things. Yep. Hands are back if you're in tripod. Erica, if you're not inverting, you can do if you want, do just work here. Unless this feels like too much of an inversion for you. You could just be here. That's a nice, like in a dog position with the shoulder. So you're just off your shoulders. Yeah. Do what you gotta do. I didn't know if it was like a not inverting thing or shoulder. Yeah, if it's a shoulder thing, I'd skip that. Lana, hands back towards your knees a little more. Yeah, so you gotta really lean forward. Get the tops of your shoulders. Come forward more. Tops of the shoulders on the blocks. Lift up like you're doing dog. So that'll get the tops of your shoulders on the blocks. Yeah, and maybe that's enough right now. Push your shoulders down, squeeze your elbows in. Yeah, that's good. Just like that. Just like that. Push your shoulders down. Yep. That was impressive, Nina. Nice, Aisha. Good. All right, and then just rest in a child's pose. Had your fun with that. Yeah, so walk in as close as you can. Yeah, and then just do tuck one knee. Squeeze in as tight as you can. Yeah, squeeze. Just do one leg at a time. Squeeze one leg in.
Squeeze into the midline. Squeeze your legs together. Shift your hips back towards the wall. Yeah. And see. Yeah. Yeah. To both. Yep. Switch. Switch. Squeeze. Yep. Yeah. Okay, but now I'm leaning in. That's okay. It's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, maybe I'll say, oh, that's why we're doing it at the wall. That's why we're doing it. Then you can try to come down come down that way. Yeah, the thing that has to happen is this action, which when you're upside down feels really scary. When you're in your head, it feels really scary. So like this is one of those where it's like do the steps, go in stages, don't because if you do that too much and go round into your neck, like nothing good is gonna happen with that, right? All right, let's bring the mats back out to the room. But I don't like to throw the baby out with bathwater, so there's ways to look at it that are reasonable, but it's like this, it's isolating that movement when you're upside down, so it's not happening here, it's happening here. But that's really hard.
How do you keep your head off the floor? I go off on my shoulder.
Your head comes down.
My head's like it.
Some of that's proportions. So if you have like I'm short, so my head doesn't conform with this. But some of it might be that you're collapsing into your shoulders. Like if I'm here and I just sort of let my weight dump into my shoulder, like dump down, my head is on the floor. But watch, you see how when I push my shoulders down, my head lifts up? But if I'm here, my head is collapsing down. So I'm pushing down. And my head is up.
Okay.
But so it's like I'm squeezing and pushing down.
Okay. So you're lifting
it's midline. It's like yes, it's like squeezing to the midline, lifting up. We're gonna sit now for some things. Yeah. All right. But that's a good question. Yeah. I mean, ideally you want your head off the floor, but like for some of like the taller dudes who come to class, like their head is off the floor. They're not, even if they're pushing down a lot. Like if you're tall and you've got a bigger head, blocks are not one size fits all. Pull your right knee into your chest. Sit up tall. That's it. Sit up on a blanket if you still a little lift, length for your hamstrings or your back. Okay, twist right. Right hand behind you. Either hug the knee or cross the outer elbow. So see if you lost your awareness, your discipline, your focus as we transition, then just bring it right back. Inhale, face front. Step your right foot out to the right so that your legs stay on the left leg can stay on the mat. Then hold your right ankle with your left hand. Stretch your right arm to the sky. And lean to your left leg, to your left foot. So, position. You're reaching for your left foot with your right hand. Your right knee pressing wide to the right. Yeah. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Swing that leg back in front, step the foot back in front, and then fold inside the leg. Reach for your foot inside so that your right knee is hugging your outer right shoulder. And then you can stay here, or you can wrap for another bind here. If you're bound out, just hold your foot. Bind feels like a reasonable thing to do. You twist open a little bit to the left to help find the hand behind the back. But then for this one, you want to be, for the forward fold, you want your head to go down towards your knee. So then you try to square back to center. Yeah. So, take care of shoulders as you need to. All right. Inhale. Switch your legs. Right leg in front. You want the right toes, the right kneecap pointing straight up and down. Twist left. Hug the left knee or cross the elbow. So, in the harder poses, it's easier to keep your mind focused because you have to. We come into not that these are easier poses, but they're probably a little less work in the body, right? This is where the mind starts to wander off. So it becomes tapas of the mind. Stay here, be here. Inhale, release to center. Step your left foot over to the left. Hold your left ankle with your right hand. Reach your left arm up. Reach for your right toes. You can get the back of your or right arm to your inner thigh. It helps to spin the chest over more. Yeah, so that you're sort of bracing between your ankle and your thigh. Inhale, come up, step the foot back to center, fold, squeezing your left knee, inner knee to your outer left shoulder. Stay here or wrap your arms around your left leg, catching behind the back. Also, of course, do this with a strap, holding a strap in your. Let your head release towards your knee. Be here. Do your practice. Practice doing it here, what to do out there. Push your hands, come on up. Good, step your feet out in front of you. You can do either bent knees or straight legs. Let's just do a little baby back bending, do a ton of back bending, just to stretch out the whole body a little bit here. So hands, fingertips can point outwards, or it can point in towards the hips. Outwards is gentler on the shoulders. Push down into your hands, squeeze your legs together. Lift your hips, sending up. Reach your toes towards the floor, reach your heart towards the sky. Stay grounded in the inner edge of your hands. Good. Slowly lower back down. And then Matsyasana, drop to your elbows. Again, squeeze legs and elbows, arms in towards the midline. Walk your elbows towards your hips, drop to the crown of your head. Press your head down, your elbows down. Breathe deeply. Open up your diaphragm. The lungs have a greater capacity to breathe in here. So take advantage of that. And then to come out, squeeze your legs, lift your head, look towards your feet, and then roll down onto your back. If there's any last movement or stretch or your body feels like it needs to help it to settle, take a moment to do that. Find your way to Shavasana. Extend your legs, extend your arms. Little wiggle back and forth to get the inner thighs to settle down, to spin your inner thighs down to create a little more broadness in the back body. Let the pinky toes drop. Soften everything. Soften everywhere. Rest, so essential. Moments of quiet, so essential. Just because thoughts are arising doesn't mean you're not doing it right. Thoughts are going to arise. See if you can just keep them in the background. Stay focused on a calm, steady, gentle holding of space for yourself. To just be. To let your mind relax. Not do. To let your body relax. Just be. Not do. Do practice. Here. Give yourself a Yourself to stretch and to make your way to your side. Slowly back to seated. Share with you one of my favorite poems that exemplifies this practice of tapas so beautifully. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit, cold, cold, I think forever gods may be, my unconquerable soul. Fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced, nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath, tears looms but the horror of the shade, yet the menace of the years finds, and shall find me. Matters not how straight the gate, charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain. So hands together, heart. Tapas is the ability to connect to a higher purpose, to get you through what needs getting through. That is for you. It's to accept life's challenges while being loving, passionate to all, especially yourself. So continue to practice yoga as you move through your day. Support of each other to walk this path together and individually. Let's chant one. Take it deep. Stay. Thanks, everybody.